And honestly, I think that the freedom begins the moment you stop blindly obeying expectations because they don't fit you anymore. When you start to choose your life because it's yours and because it's out of the box, it gives you the opportunity to fully live your life. And when you fully live your life, you notice that most of the things that you are taught through society are because they want you to be put in a box. Hey, it's Morgan, and welcome to season 2 of Permission Podcast. This season, we're not playing it safe. We're not editing the truth to make it easier to swallow. We're not shrinking it, softening it, or wrapping it up with something more acceptable. This season is where we say it, even when it's uncomfortable, when it changes us, and even when it costs us. Because the truth is, the version of you that everyone understands is usually the version that's been filtered. And I'm not interested in that anymore. This season is about unlearning the rules you didn't realize you were following. The ones that told you who to be, how to love, how to show up, how much you want. It's about taking your voice back, your standards back, and your identity back. Fully, unapologetically, in real time. We're talking about the things people feel but don't always say out loud, desires, boundaries, relationships, identity, power, the messy middle of becoming someone new, not the polished version of it, the real one. So if you've been feeling that quiet pull, like something in your life doesn't quite fit anymore, this is your space, not to become someone else, but to come back to yourself. This is Permission Podcast, and I'm so glad that you're here. Welcome to another episode of Permission Podcast. We're doing this one solo again today. You are welcome. I think one of the weirdest parts about becoming an adult is realizing how many things you automatically have to believe. Not because they're true, not because they align with your thoughts and who you are, but because nobody actually ever taught you to question them. We just take all the things that our family and parents and other adults tell us and just assume that is the way that it has to be. So in this episode, we're breaking it down into some segments, as you know, and we're going to first talk about the invisible rules. One, we inherit so many unspoken expectations. What success looks like, what relationships look like, what womanhood should look like, what healing should look like. And most people spend their whole lives following scripts they actually never consciously chose. They've been chosen for them. And that realization has changed me and shifted me in so many ways because I started asking myself, wait, do I even believe this? Do I even actually understand this? Segment 2 of this is the uncomfortable awakening. So I am currently dating a woman. And I love it. And I love it. And I never thought that I would become so aware of these gender roles that the world has placed on us as human beings. The man must do all the hard work. The woman must sit there and be pretty and take care of the children only. Now, I'm in a relationship where there's 2 women, so that doesn't apply to me. And the thing is I don't think that it was the man does this and the woman does this. I think that there are 2 people in love, and together you unify based off of what this person enjoys to do and loves to do and what this person enjoys to do and loves to do. And obviously, there's some things that women like to do that men don't like. Personally, I like to be the passenger princess. I don't like to drive. Another example. I like to build things, but I only like to build things if they're for me. So like anything from IKEA or any other place that needs to be built, I'm typically asking my partner to build because I don't like to do them. However, because we are in a woman and woman relationship, I also have no problem going and building the things. I think that so much of relationships are based off of gender roles. In reality, it is, at the end of the day, just 2 people in love. And we have structured relationships around what a woman does and what a man does. And being that I am in a queer relationship, I have really had to learn what love looks like for me. Not based off of what a man would be providing for me, based off of what a woman is being provided for me. And being that I'm in this relationship, it tends to make some people uncomfortable because it's out of the norm. And when I started understanding that my relationship and my love and how I was going to live my life wasn't going to require any external validation, it made me understand that I actually didn't need to make any decisions based off of anyone else. I was actually able to remove the fear that was shaping my decisions because I knew that at some point I had to understand that my beliefs were my beliefs because this is my life. And just because everyone else or the majority of the world says things are supposed to be a certain way, that doesn't mean that I have to run with that and I have to stick with that. And that process of disconnecting from what the rest of the world is saying can feel destabilizing. It can feel like you are one in a million because you start questioning things, you start unseeing things, you start really trying to decide for yourself what this life looks like. And that leads us to segment 3, which is building your own truth. And I don't think that questioning everything means that you become cynical. I think that it means that you become conscious, choosing intentionally, living intentionally, loving intentionally, instead of just repeating patterns because they're familiar. And honestly, I think that the freedom begins the moment you stop blindly obeying expectations because they don't fit you anymore. When you start to choose your life because it's yours and because it's out of the box, it gives you the opportunity to fully live your life. And when you fully live your life, you notice that most of the things that you are taught through society are because they want you to be put in a box. It is your one given duty to make sure that this life that you have, this one body, this soul, this full human experience is absolutely lived to its utmost highest experience. And maybe that doesn't look like everyone else's. So this is your permission to pause and really ask yourself, who would I be if nobody told me who I had to become? What would you choose to be? What would you choose to let go of? What would you finally do to feel honest with yourself? Because sometimes the most life-changing thing that you can do is question the rules that you inherited. Thank you so much for tuning in today's episode. I'm so glad you're here. If today's episode raised some questions for you, I would love for you to reach out to me personally on Instagram at Morgan Carrington Burton so I can support you in whatever those questions may be. If you feel like today's episode would benefit another woman, please share, and we'll see you next time.